Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to do a four corners debate. It's something new, and it's going to help us get ready for the next reading that we're going to do. We are going to be talking so that we can push each other's thinking and maybe take on a new perspective, or at least understand one. Sixth graders are about to embark on a new nonfiction book. So I was looking for an activity that would push them to do some of their favorite things, which are thinking, moving around, and talking, and paying attention to how their thinking shifts. In this Four Corners debate, we're going to process a statement and take a position on it. So you're going to also then explain your thinking, like why is that your position? Around the room, there's strongly agree, strongly disagree, and disagree. You're going to write, and you're going to get to go to the place, and you're going to get to talk to people who had the same idea. And I challenge you to follow your thinking and not your friends. The first statement is, I learn best from someone like me. So you notice that sometimes with these scales, we have a neutral, but now we're asking you to pick a side. You can't just say neutral. Sometimes there are people that are comfortable in the neutral position and don't want to take a side for fear of taking a risk. And so making sure that they're aware that they have to take a position and that they need to back themselves up for that position. Rather than have them read the statement and immediately go to a place everyone's going to sit and write. And I want to do this because I want people to have to commit to an original position and not be swayed by what they see the bulk of the class possibly do. Thank you for writing. We're about to get up and move to our place. And there you're going to get to talk to the people that felt the same way. And you're going to combine all of the reasons that you came with, and you're going to add them to the big notes page that's at each station. Is this where you are? Cool. So you're going to talk about why you're here. Why did you disagree?
It's good to see other opinions and other perspectives on something. And you don't really get that if you're just like talking to someone who's just like you.
So people with a friendship, yeah. Also, since people with like learning problems,
someone has a completely different mindset than you, and you don't learn the same as them. So then they're trying to explain something, but you're like not getting the concept.
like you will get a different opinion.
I was really excited to see diverse groups that haven't worked together by choice. They were pulled together by their original answer. And I thought that was really cool.
That are the same. If there's someone different, then you can just like learn from their experiences because they have different experiences.
But I don't get how to word that. Well, yeah, but like you find flow and then you can get more done.
All right, friends, we're coming back. We're going to hear from some groups. Your job is to state your group's reasons succinctly as possible. Other groups are listening. It might push your thinking for your answer. It also might push your thinking like, oh, I kind of see what that group thinks. And we're going to start with the strongly agree first.
We strongly agree with the claim we learn best from someone like us because
If you're like on the same pace as someone else, chances are you will make at least a semi-friendship with them. And we feel like you work better with that. Also, we also feel like we don't have to catch people up or be caught up.
people with learning disorders or differences have the same idea, I think, because they understand what their brain thinks.
Sylvie talked about learning differences and about having someone really understand the mind of a person with dyslexia per se. That resonated with the class because they hadn't necessarily thought of like, oh, it might be nice to be understood in that way. Did strongly disagree have a takeaway or a point that's like really loud to you that is making you think differently? Simon.
Like Sebastian, like the first point.
All right, agree group. So what are the reasons for choosing agree?
We agree because you can have the same mindset as somebody, so it's like easier to work, and you can like ideas flow between each other, and it's easier to find a flow and get more work done.
Easier to work with that person that has like similar thoughts and opinions as you, because you don't like constantly start arguing.
Yeah. Get more work done. This is our strong one, I think, because
you can get more work done because you have the same ideas.
We need to go to disagree. And do you have anything that pushes what they were saying?
Yeah.
We disagree because it's about like how you learn best, and you're not learning anything new if they're the same, because you're not learning anything from a different perspective. If you won't get any new opinions if they're the same as you, because even like though you might agree on something, like you won't learn it.
And then we also disagree because, like, if someone is different than you, you can, like, learn a lot more from them if they're, like, unless they're the same, because different people have different experiences that you can learn from.
I heard students talk about perspective in regards to age and experiences and how the people might be different. I didn't hear people talk about to dig into like the experience, like what made the experiences different per se, like gender or race. Strongly disagree.
And sometimes having different opinions on something could be a better way to learn. And then if there was no diversity, no learning, and then everybody was just working with someone just like them, then it would never change.
Going from one side to the next in progression helped us really see the difference between the agree and strongly disagree. And those were cool conversations and things to note. And I also think it's going to help them see why, when they like explain themselves later on, why they need to go deeper, because it's that complexity and what pushes it from an agree to a strongly agree. Does anyone feel like they could move to a different group based on the reasons that each opinion gave?
I wouldn't change where I put myself, but I do understand what everybody else is saying, and I think all of the reasons were really good. And like they said, I think that it does depend on what person you are and if you like to work with someone like that or not.
Sometimes someone can really help you if they have a different mindset, but then sometimes they can't help you. So it's kind of hard because I was like right in the middle.
I also am like in the neutral because like if you always work with someone that is the same exact as you, then you're never going to learn anything. But if you never work with someone like that, then you're never going to learn anything. So you have to kind of find that little like middle area.
Yeah.
Does anyone have like a takeaway that they think the class really needs to hear? It could maybe a connection to something else, maybe a way that your thinking shifted today, or
I'm connecting this to the Socratic seminar, I think it's called, where we just talk and everybody's opinions are each other.
My takeaway from the class is like once I heard everybody's opinions, it kind of made like other things like flow out of me.
thanks, Dan.
In like the stations, everyone had like every person in like disagree, agree, or whatever, strongly agree, strongly disagree. Like every single person had like a little bit different of a standpoint.
Does anyone have an idea why we picked these quotes to get us primed for our next reading unit?
Well, maybe to keep like a moist brain about it, maybe to like kind of get a good start on it.
In the real world, a lot of our opinions are spoken out, and then we need to like know like about that and how that might be shown.
And like sit with it maybe and decide if we agree, disagree. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, 6th grade. At the end of the lesson, after they had so much time to write and hear from other people and express their own ideas, that's when the conversation really broke out, and there was almost like an authentic debate, and they weren't arguing, they were building on each other and agreeing and pushing thinking. And if we had just walked out at the end of the lesson, we would have missed that energy and also that like full circle bring back, like the refocus.
Hi, I'm Ron Richard, Director of the Worldwide Cultures of Thinking Project. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's always a pleasure to see teachers using the thinking routines to build a culture of thinking in their classroom. Subscribe to this YouTube channel to keep updated on all of our new videos. Thanks.